our listeners today because we've sort of started a little bit later than we expected, but we are here and yes, happy to be here. Welcome to ComeonyespursTV. Today has been one of those days, technical problems and all that, but hey, we're here. We'll have Deji and we've got a new guest as well who's joining us for the first time, Dustin. Who's joining us from? He'll let us know in a minute where he's joining us from, and then in the meantime, come on, you Spurs. Welcome back, guys. We have for the first time a new guest who's joining us for the first time, and also we also have Deji who's been here for a while. Well, it's an old hand if you like, if you want to call him that. All right, so Deji, welcome back. How are you?
I'm good, Soji. Great to be back. Great to be back.
Dustin, it's great to have you. How are you?
I'm fantastic. How are you, Soji?
Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. So we've got people from 3 different parts of the world here today. Deji's from Lagos. I'm here in England, and we got Dustin from stateside. So yes, a nice area of Spurs fans from across the world. The Premier League is back, and Spurs are back, eh? What happened here today? I mean, should we start on a fresh note and go with Justin first, or should we start with Deji? Go, guys.
You should, Dustin.
What more would we expect? A little bit of same old in some ways.
Well, I guess some people will say, okay, yes, Spurs bad starts and almost came up with the good in the end. I mean, off air, you and I were having a chat, and Dustin and I, he was saying something along the lines of, well, better to be here to talk about a 1 point, getting 1 point, than no point at all. But overall, I thought we could have nicked it in the end, couldn't we? There's so many talking points in that match. I don't know where we're going to start, Deji. What do you think?
Well, I mean, I'll start from the performance. Generally, I was disappointed. We need to be winning these types of games. Brentford away is got to be a 3-pointer if we're going to be a top 4 side. And we didn't do enough to win. We started badly, and we gave ourselves too much of a mountain to climb. In the end, yes, we're good value for the 1 point and could have nicked it, but that's not good enough. Not good enough for Tottenham.
I think that's a fair comment. I mean, I was watching this on Amazon Prime, and we had this Paul Robinson and Patrice Evra, who were the commentators, and okay, we'll come to the commentary down the line and the comment, but I just felt that, I mean, overall, I mean, first half we didn't do too great. I mean, second half we came back into it, but again, the quality of the defending caused a lot into question. I mean, the first goal, okay, granted, we had a bit of luck in the way that the ball bounced off someone and came off to the player who nicked in, but ultimately it shouldn't have gotten to that point in the first place. They weren't winning the second balls, and like Hunter said in his press conference, or in his interview after the match, he said, "Look, teams like this, they're going to be very physical. They're going to be in a battle for set pieces, and you always have to battle for the second ball, but we didn't do that enough in the first half to even, I mean, impose ourselves. I mean, on the match. I think by the time they scored their goal, they had 6 shots on target, and we had only 1." And granted, okay, they're playing at home, but it's a close packed stadium. I think about 17,000 people in that stadium, but they make a lot of noise, and it can be a tough place to go to. And okay, you say that Brentford on paper, it should be an easy match for us to go and win. However, we haven't lost a match in 16 games at home. That's so it's a tough place to go. However you cut it, Man U went there, they lost 4-0, if you remember, at the beginning of the season. Okay, granted, Man U were a shambles at that point in time, but look, you can only play what's in front of you, So I think okay, there's a bit of balance to be had here, but we without a doubt give ourselves a bit of a mountain to climb. I mean, if you look at all of the if you look at we had a good start. I mean, we had Son had a shot on goal to begin with, and it just didn't we just didn't couldn't impose ourselves on the match somehow. You know, I mean, if you have this well, I don't want to call it glass half full perspective on Tottenham, you know, but well, it's very
my biggest problem with Tottenham is with attitude. And you've hit the nail on the head. You're going to a place like Brentford, you have to be determined to win your duels. And we got on the pitch and we lost every duel for the first 3 quarters of the first half. And that's where our problem was. And I wonder what it is. It's got to be something in our heads. Because when you go there, you know you're going to be in for a battle. And you know you've got to win those duels. But yet, we stand up and we get bullied for the first 30 minutes of the game. And that's my problem. And it was in those 30 minutes that we lost the game. Now, maybe there was a problem tactically. We were outnumbered in midfield because we had only Bissouma and Højbjerg in midfield, and they were numbering us in the center of midfield. So it was difficult for them to keep a handle on it, but they were just flooding towards our goal. We couldn't get a foot on the ball. And when we did, we lost it.
right. So I mean, keep the comments coming in if you're here for the first time. This is ComeonyespursTV. We're live on YouTube. If you're joining us for the first time, leave your comments and let us hear what you think. Tubosun says, could have, should have, would have. This is getting too much. The anxieties that came flooding in through me once Argentina won the penalties because I knew Spurs' heartache was imminent. Dustin, what do you think of that?
I don't even know because I've got the stats pulled up in front of me right now, and so much of it's lit up on Spurs side, like that. Everything, things look like they went our way. Yeah, like you said, we played on the back foot for so long, and then we just had that moment of where we just turn it on and say, okay, let's do what we got to do. And it's just, I mean, like I told you via text, I'm happy, to get a point. Points are always good, but why does it take 55 minutes and being down 2-0 to make that turnaround?
This is it. I mean, okay, fine. Let's have a look at the starting lineup that Mr. Conte went out with, right? So we had this, and we had Foster in goal, and a back three of Langley, Dyer, and Tanganga, and then in the midfield we had Bissouma, Højbjerg, and Doherty and Perisic holding the wing back positions, and so and then up front we had Kulusevski, Kane, and Son. Right, all right. So probably not our regular lineup, So we had we had Perisic just back from the World Cup. Okay, Kane, Son, and Højbjerg are the sort of what you might call the World Cup returnees who played significant portions of the World Cup. Okay, Dyer had a match, but he didn't really play that many. But I didn't see a lot of what I call how do I put this?
World Cup hangover.
Yeah, hangover. If from the World Cup, did you? I mean,
yeah, I did. I think I did with Harry.
Oh, really?
It took him a while to get into the game. Oh, yes, his touch was off. Balls were bouncing off him. He made the wrong decision. His passes were overhit in the first half. But as the game went on, and as he dropped back into midfield, he started to find his range. And I think the goal came at just about the right time for him. But I think he started off really slowly.
Right. Falabi is joining us. I think his mic was muted, but I think he'll probably he's gone back and it's gone back out now. Right. Dustin, I mean, what did you think of this lineup to begin with?
If we think about this, if you take out Tanganga and put in Romero and take out Foster and put in Hugo Lloris, this is a side that I feel like if I woke up and saw this lineup, I'd be really, really happy with it. I'm a self-proclaimed lover of Japhet Tanganga, and today just was not his day. But this lineup should be able to like give Brentford a lot of credit. I think Thomas Frank is a really, really good manager, and he's pulled some really strong results since Brentford's been in the Premier League. We should be able to take this lineup and go get 3 points.
Yeah,
I don't see what the issue is.
Yeah, I mean, I guess, I mean, Ivan Toney gave Tanganga quite a lot to do, didn't he? I mean, he kept on, essentially played really well from his own from the Brentford perspective of really harassing and winning all the second balls and flicking ons, and all the flick ons. He just seemed to have won all the battles, and he got all the free kicks and managed to slow the game down at crucial points in the match, and he seemed to have drawn Tanganga into committing a lot of fouls in the lead up to the first half. Welcome back, Falabi. How are you? Can you hear us? We can't hear you. I think your mic might be muted. Do you want to turn your mic on?
I can hear you.
Oh, we can hear you now. Beautiful. How are you? Welcome back. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you.
Right, you're joining us midway through our late start. We had a bit of a late start as well, and we also got Deji with us, and we've got also Dustin. Dustin is joining us from Kentucky, isn't he?
That's right.
Right.
What's the time there? Compliments of the season, everybody.
Thank you.
Hey, Falabi, Merry Christmas. How you doing?
I'm doing fine. Just from one Zoom meeting to another Zoom call to another one. So this is my 4th in a row right now.
That's okay.
But
which part of the world are you in, Falabi?
Pardon?
I said, which part of the world are you in?
I'm in Dubai.
You're in Dubai. Okay, wow. So it's real.
And it's very cold. It's cold and it's raining.
Oh wow! It's a global Spurs present here. We got here today. Right, we're just discussing the match and how all of it went, and some people come up with typical Spurs again. Left us a little bit disappointed. People are not happy with our start, and all the same old story, if you like. And what's your view?
Well, yesterday, I said it yesterday. I am really, really tired of this lethargic start that they give the performance at the beginning. I don't know. Truthfully speaking, I can't get my finger on it. I just can't get my finger on it that they only want to start playing when they go down. And today, they only really wanted to start playing when they went 2-0 down. It was even worse. And so, it's for me, the most annoying or frustrating part of it is they can't play because they show it when they go down and they show they can play. So my cross of it is, why can't you start from the beginning, from the first whistle? Why can't you start like that? I don't know.
It's an interesting point you made. I mean, even because in the interview that Conte had after the match, the post-match interview, he was asked exactly the same question, and the way he put it was, look, ideally, you look at the teams around us on paper, these are the sort of teams, these are the sort of matches that we should be winning, right? Because
without a doubt.
Because if you look at the top 4 today, there's no Liverpool there, there's no Man U, and there's no Chelsea, right? And over the course of the season, you can be sure that those people will be fighting to get back into the top 4, right? Newcastle seem to be doing absolute wonders at the moment. A few minutes ago they were two goals up. Against Everton, I think. Now against Leicester. Oh, 3-0. There you go. Right. So it's not gonna be an easy battle for the top 4 this season. And we're gonna be right amongst them. We need to be doing better. So that sort of talk is had with the team. However, what you've got to do on the pitch. If you don't do it on the pitch, ultimately we're going to be up a creek. We don't want to be up very, very quickly. Okay, so they go 1 goal up. I think the 14th minute. bit of a fortuitous deflection, and then we just sort of seem not to be quite on our game. I mean, I don't know what you put that down to. I mean, Deji, what do you reckon?
I don't know. When we started the podcast today, I thought maybe it's their mentality. For some reason, they come out not fired up. And the only time they get fired up is when they're a goal or two down. We've got to come out and we've got to come out fighting, but we don't do that. I can't tell whether that is bad coaching or whether that's just bad selection of players or whether we just have the wrong types of players at Tottenham. I don't get it because there seems no reason for it.
Yeah, but
I don't know.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure if it's the quality of players, because if you think about it, it's the same team that go around and turn games around. It's not like you've had a big change in personnel. I mean, the only probably change we had today was when before Harry Kane's goal went in, he was about to make 3 changes and he kind of held back, and only put on Sanchez for Taganga, and that seemed to have worked the magic, if you like, And we quickly scored the second goal. And let's just talk us through that first goal. Did you see that goal, Dustin?
I did. We had went down 2-0, and I was laying on my couch. I'm like, I'm just gonna close my eyes and just pretend this game's over. And then about that time, I was like, no, I need to see what happens. And then, sure enough, every time I start to say I'm just gonna phone this one in, something says you got to pay attention. And luckily, I did. It was who had the assist on it? It was Clement Lenglet. Yeah, I really like the ball he played in. Harry Kane, solid finish on the header. I had sent out in our Spurs boys WhatsApp group. I had sent out that Brentford was the only Premier League team that Harry Kane had failed to score against, and I said I think it'll happen the second to last week of the season, because I honestly didn't expect. I wasn't sure if he was going to start today or not. Coming recently off the World Cup stuff, and I had seen a quote from Conte that said he might rotate some of the World Cup players. But sure enough, I was wrong. I'm happy to be wrong. But it was, great ball. He had another chance later at the end of the game that I'm sure we'll talk about later. That rang off the crossbar, another good header. But it's good to see him, smashing in those headers from a short distance, because that's a goal we need Harry Kane to score pretty consistently.
Yeah, the unlikely assist as well from Longley. What a pass! What a ball that ball was. I mean.
It was a fantastic cross. I actually thought it was Perisic until this moment when you said it was Longley. Was it?
Yeah, it was Longley. Yeah, it was Longley. Yeah, it was Longley. Yeah, that was a fantastic cross. I mean,
I really like what Longley's done for us this year. I know when we first brought him in that there was some heads raised, and I know in Barcelona he had some questionable moments, but I think what he's done for us has been pretty good. Like, I think he gives us really good rotation, and he doesn't make a ton of mistakes either.
Yeah, but if you look at, I mean, I know Longley kind of divides opinion in many Spurs fora. I mean, in one sports forum that I belong to, he's considered an average player.
Yeah.
And
I'm a Longley believer. I think he'll come good. I think he just needs a good
I am a Longley believer as well. I mean, if you're here for the first time, this is ComeonyespursTV. Let's have your views, your opinions. If you're joining us, if you're watching live for at the moment, let's hear what you think. Come on, Longley. Is it someone we want to keep or we want to dish? Because we have him on loan. We haven't completed his move. Is it someone we should be keeping or somebody we should be getting rid of? Folabi, we're talking about Clement Longley. Okay, he had that assist for Kane's goal.
I've said it even from the beginning of the season. He will come into his own. He had an injury. I think he's taking time to fully recover from the injury he had. Was it an ankle injury or foot injury? And I've always said the one thing about him that I've always liked when I've watched him before is he has very good timing on his tackles and on the ball. He has a very, very good time. He's underrated. He's underrated. And I think Langley, I think, is somebody that will add it will add positive addition to that Spurs defense.
So for you, Clement Longley is definitely a keeper, right?
For me, he's a definite keeper. I think he's a good player. you know, and I think he's settling in now. He's settling now. I think these 4 weeks of no EPL games and being able to work with the rest of the squad that didn't go to Qatar for their national teams, I think that would have helped him a lot. I think his fitness would have been brought up immensely during the last 4 weeks. And I think he will be. I think we will see this second half of the season of that he'll be a plus addition to the entire team.
Yeah, so
The
there you
entire,
go. So
the entire
Dustin thinks he's a keeper. You think he's a keeper, and Deji is also a long-lived believer. Is that correct?
Yeah, absolutely. I think his worth is placed in the squad.
Okay, Dustin, you want to say something?
No, I was giving you a thumbs up, but I'm a long way believer.
Oh, right, okay, right. Yeah, I mean, also, I think we're all unanimous in long-lived belief, right? So, anyway, so
That's odd. That's odd because there are millions who are saying he's not even an average player. He's below average. So,
well, I mean,
right.
like I was saying to Dustin earlier, I said we belong to a Spurs forum that he's considered an average player by some people who are very vociferous in their opinions, you know. But it's not an opinion I share or a point of view I share. But hey, who am I? Anyway, so we pull that back. I mean, before we get to the point where we pull one back. Daya. Now, I know I'm not one for having to go at players or but all right. So there are a few points before we get to the goal we considered. Because for me, both goals were a gift, right? The second goal more of a gift because it was out of a nothing situation, right? We have Dak slicing the ball and conceding the corner, but okay, granted that's been done. That's the first bad element of it. The second thing is that you've got to defend that corner, haven't you?
Yeah.
Now,
Absolutely.
we just did not, as if we were asleep, you know? And that just essentially gave them that, what you might call, easy, you know? So for me, that, if you look at the play in that area, I think it was Hoiberg who sort of lost his man. You know, he was meant to be holding on to him, tackling Tony, but he just let him go. You know, and that was a very very disappointing from our perspective. I mean, Dustin, you want to say something?
I don't know. I just agree with you. Like, our marking on set pieces this year, defending wise, it's been an Achilles heel of us. We've given up too many goals like that where we fall asleep and allow someone to find a soft area. It's frustrating, and I think it was a combination of Hoybier and Longley, kind of both of them getting defended. And so you and I today talked about, like, Ivan Toney's too good of a player for us to just allow us to fall asleep on.
Exactly. I mean, I know you're banging a bit. Well, not banging on, but you're saying how good Ivan Toney was. I mean, and I said to you, look, okay, it's very good, but I'm not sure that he will get into our team if we had a full squad of players. You know. However, he's a decent player. You know, he's he's a key man for Brentford and for the style of player that they have. You know, and they showed that today. You know, it's the point of all their attacks. You know, you were going to say something about that's the second goal.
Look, sometimes I wonder about the intelligence of the defenders we have at Tottenham. No, honestly, you're playing against Tony every time the ball is coming to him, you're getting into a wrestling match with him. He's gonna turn you, or he's gonna get a foul blown against you. Stand off him. Let him bring the ball down, or go for the second balls. It's madness. They made him look so good.
Why do you get it's one of these things for a lot of central defenders who, and I mean, correct me if I'm wrong. I mean, I've never played that football to that level, but I know that a lot of central defenders always are wary of strikers who they give a lot of space to, because to give them space, you get a chance to control the ball, You get to turn and do things that might hurt you. So the idea behind getting so close is to ensure that you don't get turned, one, and then secondly, you don't give them a chance to settle on the ball or even adequately control the ball. So
But
it's like you're between the devil and the deep blue sea,
but
aren't you?
you can't keep doing the same thing when it's not working. Every time they barge into Tony, if they barge into him, he goes down, he gets a foul. If he tries to turn them, they get into a wrestling match, he goes down, he gets a foul. And he's doing that everywhere on the pitch. You've got to change something.
Hmm.
And I felt they made him look good.
Well, we still had a comeback, two goal deficit. How many people thought this was over?
I did. I had it at that point. I literally had turned away. I wasn't. If it wasn't for this podcast, I'd just switched off. But I watched on because I felt I better have something to talk about.
They sure gave you something to talk about, didn't they? Right. So
straight back after the World Cup and this again, I thought, no.
Okay.
Can't be doing it.
We scored that second goal, but Kulusevski, I mean, what a player. I know he didn't really do much in today's match, but at the key moment, he gave a key pass which led into a goal. Now, that Kulusevski was one half of the equation, right? The second half of the equation is Højbjerg's composure. The way he took that goal. I mean, I don't know if you noticed, but he didn't just blast at it. He made sure that he placed it perfect. Dustin, what did you think?
I'm a big Pierre-Emile Højbjerg fan, so just his composure, like you said, was awesome on the ball. He didn't get frazzled. He didn't, think about when we had Musa Sissoko playing in the midfield, he would have sent that ball 50 rows high. Højbjerg has shown that he's very composed when he gets those big moments, and I love it.
Beautiful, Folabi. Someone mentioned Sissoko there. I saw you cringe just a little bit there, didn't you?
No. You know the funny thing? I'm a Sissoko fan.
Okay.
I agree.
I've always have been. All these people on the platform who are always where's Sissoko today? I just ignore it. I'm a Sissoko fan because, Sissoko is a better player than what he's given credit for. So I'm a Sissoko fan.
Yeah, I agree as well. I mean, I've always been a Sissoko fan. I mean, okay, maybe he doesn't score that many goals, and but he's such a force for the team. He works so hard for the team. He gets into the right positions. He's a workaholic, box to box, energetic.
For 2 years there, Sissoko drove Tottenham forward.
Oh,
absolutely.
thank
you.
For 2 good years. It all went bad in the end after the Champions League final, and then it just spiraled downwards.
Yes, fortunately.
Years before that, he was a fantastic servant for the club. And I think people who don't like him will always like to forget that. I think he did very well for Tottenham in the good years, during the good times. He was very good. Very good.
I totally agree. So, an equalizer. And guess what? We had the chance for us to score a third goal, which hit the post. I mean, Hurricane header again, another cross, this time from Perisic. Spot on. I mean, flick on, header, hits the post. I thought it was in. Argue thought it was in. But the officiating. Let's talk about the officiating for a minute, right? We had 2 chances, 2 penalty shouts, right? One for the handball, which they said, it could not be handball because it was offside. But hang on a minute, let's just have a look back at the sequence of events, right? When he touched the ball, Price was off the field. He was nowhere near the ball, So how could you then come and say that it's handball? I mean, they couldn't, because it was offside. They couldn't. I mean, I don't get that.
Was that the first shout or the second shout, Soji?
Well, there are 2 shouts. One for the handball, the ball that hits.
The foul on Kane in the box. Was that the first one?
Well, okay, there's that. Yes, there was the foul on Kane. Okay, the foul on Kane from Ben Mee. I mean,
Yeah.
all right. Talk me through that. I mean, somebody talk me through
I
that,
thought,
please.
I thought that was 50-50, so to be perfectly honest.
Okay.
I thought the two of them were pulling joy. I thought Kane went down a bit easy. And I felt that by the time it went to VAR, they thought, well, look, yes, it might be a penalty, but it wasn't enough to overrule the ref. I think that was fair enough.
All right. But
What about the instance when Doherty got taken down in the box? I think that might have been the first half.
again, I sorry, I missed that.
There was a moment I think it was in the first half when Doherty got drugged down in the box, and they didn't really give it the time of day either. But he looked like he got hooked and slung. I thought that was a penalty.
Exactly. I mean, that Doherty one as well, because the guy didn't get the ball. He actually hit Doherty. He kicked Doherty's leg. You know, I'm thinking to myself, why wasn't he given? In most other matches, that would have been given if it were Liverpool or Man City or honestly, I thought that should have been given, even though Doherty didn't protest too much. I mean, from my past, from the way I was looking at that match, I thought to myself, hang on.
Yeah, I thought that was a clear penalty because I think, yeah, he didn't get the ball and he got Doherty's leg, but
Exactly.
I don't know why. Did VAR not look at that?
They did, and they overruled it. I asked myself, how? You know? Anyway, but there you go. So you had three incidents that were hard penalties, none of them given to us. So we weren't very lucky with VAR today. They say VAR has this it comes out in the wash at the end of the season. I hope it doesn't come back to hurt us in this one.
It doesn't like us in the Premier League, but it seems to like us in a lot of other competitions. So
I know, right? I know. So looking forward, next match. We got Villa at home on New Year's Day. What are our thoughts? I mean,
absolute must win.
Okay.
yes,
Absolute
I agree.
win. We've got to win that. Are we still in the top four after today?
Yeah, we are. I mean,
Yes, we'll be in the top four.
Do we have enough of victories?
This weekend.
well, we have our next fixture is against Villa at home, but we're 4 points ahead of Man U, but I think we've got a couple of games in hand now. I think if they win the 2 games, they will overtake us. But like I always said in football, points in hand, points on the board, much better than games in hand. You know, and I mean, so too many times when people have had games in hand, you think, oh, they'll come back and turn things around, but it doesn't quite happen like that. You know, so yeah, it's points on the board for me any day. You know, Olabi, tell me, what are your thoughts?
No, it's going to be points. It's going to be points on the board. I mean, go back several seasons ago when we had Keith Perkins' show as our manager. We were in second place, and I think we were 1 point behind whoever the leaders were. And I think we had 3 games in hand even, and we still couldn't go over the line.
To mess it up, eh?
Yeah, so I mean, in fact, I even remember I was actually in England then, and I was speaking with some friends, and the funny thing is, I was there shouting, yeah, we've got games in hand. And they were all telling me, look, it's better to have points on the board, points on the table. Your games in hand don't mean anything, really, if you don't get the 3 points, or you don't even get a point.
Exactly.
Got to show up and play.
This is it. So, we had a late rally. I mean, we had quite a few chances towards the end. In the end, we ended up with about, I think, 16 shots on goal, if you like, you know, and
it doesn't help when you start slowly.
I know, right?
Help.
I know.
It really doesn't help.
You're watching us live. This is ComeonyespursTV.
Going back to that, going slowly. I mean, starting slowly. You know, I don't think it's a question of bad coaching. I honestly don't think it's a question of bad coaching, because if it's bad coaching, where did they get the tactics and everything to go forward and just go and play a totally different game? I personally, I don't know what it is. You know, you can't say, well, can you say it's the players? I think the players are just lethargical when they start. I think they're just You know, because it's the same players. I totally agree. But it's the players that change their total mindset. Conte doesn't always change the format. You know, when they start playing.
Yeah,
You know, yeah, it gives them a rollicking in the halftime and everything, and they come out with a different mindset. They come out with a different mindset. So, who is it that makes them come out with that mindset in the first place when they
I
start?
know. It's like someone said earlier on in today. One of the commentators said that by now his hair dryer must be broken because if by the time he's giving so much hair dryer treatment, he can't even find the energy to give them any more hair dryer treatment. Okay, so we go from a near penalty appeal on one side, and they go and score within a couple of minutes of us having that appeal.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then my thinking was that maybe they were still thinking of that. I mean, I don't know, maybe Dyer's mind was off of concentration, but left foot slice, goal, it's history. Now, but one of the things I also noticed was that Son actually played quite well today. Actually, I mean, if you look at all the players, I mean, I thought he got himself into some good position, even though he didn't quite get his shots off as he would normally do, but he still forced the keeper into a few saves in the match. One key moment for me was late on when a ball came to Sanchez and he hit it with such venom. I mean, thankfully from Brentford's perspective, the keeper was in the right place. But if that had gone in, that would have been some goal, because it was hit first time and it was hit with such power. It just happened it didn't have the direction. Dustin, did you see that?
Are we talking towards the end of the game when that happened?
Yeah, so what's the end of the game? Yeah.
I think, I do remember what happened. It's every time Sanchez comes in with some power, it makes me a tad bit nervous because he does seem to have to play a heavy challenge. But I actually thought Sanchez came in and did some nice things today for us. He cleaned up some areas. And he actually, late in the match, made a nice little run. I thought he was going to get free in the box.
Mm-hmm.
So I kept on thinking, I'm like, it was almost a year. It was pretty much a year ago when he scored that late winner against Watford at Watford. I was like, maybe he could make lightning strike twice in about a calendar year.
Yeah, I mean, one of the things people always talk about is about Perisic and his experience. He has this amazing ability at both ends of the pitch. I mean, I don't know if you noticed this today. At one point, he sort of gave someone a nutmeg. I thought to myself, oh wow, that was.
Perisic is a class act. I think we saw that at the World Cup. It was fabulous for Croatia. But I think he struggles a little bit in the Premiership just because of the hurly-burly. The games are a lot faster than World Cup matches are, and he struggles for pace. And when he's put on,
it's probably also a matter of position. How he's being used. I mean, how he was used in the World Cup, it was used a lot more further forward.
Higher up
the
pitch,
exactly higher up the pitch, and it was used as part of the front three rather than a wing back, which is what he's played at Spurs.
So he struggles a bit in defense in the Premiership.
Yeah. But
is it surprising to you all that Sonny and Perisic haven't? Seems like they still haven't 100% gelled together yet. Like you would think you put two players and it just it hasn't been terrible, but it hasn't been what I think we hoped it was going to be.
I think, like I said, it's probably still settling in, and it's only halfway through the season, so not even halfway out through the season anyway. So yeah, so it's still plenty to go in the tank. So I'm optimistic from that perspective, and I'm pretty sure that we'll see more of him down the line in the season as the season unfolds. If you're joining us for the first time, this is ComeonyespursTV. We're discussing the aftermath of Brentford versus Tottenham. Brentford away, we go 2 goals down, and we turn it around. Well, not quite turn it around, but we rescue the point at the end, and we could have nicked the full points towards the end. Unfortunately, some decisions didn't go our way, and we also had a few chances that were very, very close opportunities that we could have nicked it in the end. However, I mean, it was 2 points gained rather than well, was this 2 points gained or 2 points lost? Guys,
I think we lost 2 points. I think we lost 2 points.
Okay, did you think we lost 2 points? Falabi?
I'm sorry, I'm going to say we gained a point. You got to go with the grade of the match went. You know, you got to go with the. You're not talking of players and quality on paper. I'm talking about what went on the field from the first whistle and everything. You're 2-0 down. To come back and get a point, I think we gained the point. I don't think we lost 2 points. I think we gained the point.
Okay, so one each way. Dustin, what do you reckon?
Great, I get a tiebreaker.
Tiebreaker.
I'm with Falabi on this one. I think the way what you got to look at what happened. And I think the fact that we salvaged the point is a positive, and definitely because it definitely would have left a sour taste in our mouth if we would have lost 2-1 or 2-0.
Yeah, I guess that's probably a fair assessment, considering how the match went and considering how Brentford set up and their home record. They've got a fantastic home record. I mean, they haven't lost any matches, like I said, in 16 matches at home. And that's quite a record for a Premiership team. For a team in their position or how they are perceived of. If you like. That's amazing. So I think it's probably fair that probably say, okay, we probably gained the points in the end, the way the match was set up. However, if you also look at towards the end of the chances that we missed and the opportunities that we probably should have scored with, maybe it was probably a couple of points dropped. So it's a bit of balance there. I mean, we're looking forward to the next match. The matches are going to be coming very thick and fast. The next match I think is on Saturday, isn't it? Sorry, Wednesday actually. Oh no, on
New Year's Day.
New Year's Day, exactly. We're playing. Who are we playing? We're playing Villa, aren't we? So yeah. So look, that's another thing to look forward to. Guys, thank you so much for joining us today. It's been absolutely fantastic. Final words from you guys. Deji.
Hopefully we start playing better. We've got to calm down, hit the ground running. We can't afford to give away these leads. If we play well and keep it tight to start with, we won't have such mountains to climb and we'll be winning more games. So I think we need to play better from the start.
Okay, fair enough. Dustin.
Hey, before we get too going, Soji, just thank you for inviting me on. Thank you for just the hospitality. I really appreciate it. It's always good to come in and talk some Spurs. It definitely feels like Villa match is a must-win. We once again should be the better setup on paper. We should hopefully have maybe another face or two back. Hopefully, at least Hugo Lloris, which I'm not trying to hate on Fraser Forster, but just Lloris is number one for a reason. But let's get our mind right. We got a week to prepare. We know that Antonio Conte is pretty strong with pretty much a week to prepare. So let's get it done.
Beautiful. Seems like we lost Falabi for some reason. I don't know where he's gone off to.
I can hear his voice.
Yeah, but he's not on the screen for some reason. I think it's gone off his
It goes to Falabi.
Yeah. But anyway, yeah, thank you guys for being here. We appreciate you, and I think overall it's been a good day. Thank God we didn't lose. It would have been an absolute meltdown on here. But hey, thank you so much, guys. I look forward to see you guys again the next time we're on. Thank you so much, guys.
Thank you, Soji. Always a pleasure.
Take care.
Always a pleasure.
Come on, you Spurs.
Spurs.